TV, great to have you with us for a Monday night. Hope you had a great weekend. Of course, round 7 of Big V action, and there was plenty of us. Steve Chalmers, Justin Nelson with you tonight talking youthies, and there's a fair bit to chat about. Steve-o?
There certainly is. Been some big games. We obviously touched on a few of them on Friday, and they lived up to the hype, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. There was some interesting results there. Well, there's some big gaps on the weekend. We're about to look at Youth League 2 women and men. The Mornington-Pakenham matchup delivered 2 wins for Pakenham, and the collective margin across those 2 games was 98 points. Pakenham getting both.
Yeah, look, it's not pretty down in Mornington right now. There's certainly some concern.
Big margins.
But let's see what they can do in the next month or so.
All right, let's have a look at Youth League 2 women. There's the results from the weekend. 5 games. Tell us a little bit about it. Looked like Tuppers was up and about again for Casey.
Well, we put that as a marquee matchup on Friday.
7 and zip the Cavs.
We did say that Casey, by all the numbers and by all reports, were going to go in as favourites, and they certainly saluted by 17 points. Lauren Tupland, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Steph Leclerc had 16. Tess Young
went cold. Ice cold.
Well, this might have been a theme
Frosty
for the weekend. Named Player of the Month.
You called her Frosty before we came on air tonight.
Named Player of the Month.
You said Youngie's gone cold. We're calling her Frosty.
I think she felt the pinch of the big award. 0 of 7 from the field for 0
Maybe
points.
she was just letting some other teammates get a little bit of the ball.
Possibly. But yeah, I think she just felt the pinch a little bit for a week or so.
Abby Tui came off the pine for Southern Penn. 18 points, 4 rebounds. She was the only gummy shark to be in the positive, plus minus.
Correct.
So, Mornington Pakenham, all Pakenham. Georgia Hillard scored 17 in that one. Morno shot at 17%.
Yeah, that's the biggest concern. 17%, 12 of 76 from the field. So
Not as if they didn't get any shots
getting them up. That's correct. Michelle Hull led the way there with 11 points and 7 rebounds.
Well, they couldn't put it in the hole. Michelle obviously did her bit, but the rest of them couldn't put it in the hole. Blackburn and Frankston. Blackburn get up by 6. Pocket Rocket again, 14 and 7. Very good. Whittlesea and Werribee was a nice little game.
Yeah, it certainly was. Hayley whined back to her best, 18 points, 12 rebounds, 6 blocks. LT Power featured in the Youth League team again. She had 17 points. Jasmine Silcock had 13 and 9 for Werribee, but it's a good win for the Pacers.
Yeah, very good win. I got a message a couple of weeks ago, and I think I've got this right, but Hayley, is it Hayley who's Scotty Wine, former footballer? Daughter?
Yes.
Is that right?
I'm not.
Right?
I haven't got mail on that.
I get a lot of messages every week. I try and respond.
Brownlow medalist?
Yeah, I think I've got that right. Anyway, if it is, Hayley's got a fair bit of pedigree behind her, that's for sure. I hope I've got the right wine there. Western Port over Sherbrooke was a fair margin as well.
Yeah, correct. Myra Wood leading the way for the Steelers there.
Let's go to Youth League 2 men. There's the results from the weekend and some massive scores. Look at those first 2 games. Latrobe City continue to cop hiding. So too Mornington. Lee Belton a day out as Packy get up by 50. He had 31. Matt Burkich had 28 and 19. All one-way traffic, as was the next game. Collingwood over Latrobe City was an absolute smashing.
Yeah, that's right. 42 points to the All-Stars in the first quarter. It was all downhill from there for the Energy. Callum Blackley had 28. Deng Dutt 25 and 5 dimes. Lewis D'Angelo's doing some nice things down there at the Energy, but certainly playing a lone hand. He had 22, 7 and 7.
0 and 9 the Energy at the moment with a 58%. Against what is 596 for and 1,021 against already. So they're going at more than 100 against in each game. Western Port and Maccabi. Steelers get up. Luke Helbig had a very good weekend. 19 and 10 in that one. Frankston got Whittlesea on the road. Vinnie Monaghan had 14 and 13. Gabe Evans 17 points for Whittlesea. Collingwood hit triple figures twice on the weekend. Away to Wallen was a nice win. Deng Dutt right amongst it again.
Yeah, that's right. It's another 25 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Featured heavily in the senior team as well across the weekend. So he had a big weekend for the All-Stars.
The Red Baron was best for Wallen with 12 points in that one. Latrobe City giving up 100 again. It's become pretty constant. D'Angelo 22 for the Energy. Western Port big winners with Gitos getting 24 and 15 rebounds, 10 of those off the O-glass.
Yeah, like his hustle there, but against Latrobe at the moment, I mean, they're not a great rebounding side. They're giving up a lot of points, so that's the game to do it in.
Ballback and Dut Dut went head to head. Great matchup.
Yeah, that's right. I saw on social media a little bit on Friday. The tennis player Fernando Rios Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ballback going at each other as teammates, expecting a big game.
He's got a great backhand. Rodriguez, fantastic. Have you ever seen his backhand out on court?
I have not.
Very good.
Maybe the warm-ups
No,
or just
very
in
good.
game?
He's got a great backhand.
Beautiful.
Very
Well,
good.
Ballback had 22 and 14, backed it up there. Dut Dut 23 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists in the loss.
Whittlesey lose a couple on the weekend. Keesey getting up on Sunday. Cal Morgan with 17. Good win for the Cougars. And Maccabi bouncing back over Chelsea. Nice win. Balafi getting 16 points for Maccabi. Daniel Brown 15 and 9 for Chelsea. Nice win, Warriors.
Yeah, good way to respond, wasn't it, on the Sunday?
Let's go to Youth League 1 Women. There's the results up on screen. Sunbury started it off with a thumping win, and I think we expected a close game, Steve-O. We certainly did not see a margin like this coming.
Well, we did. Two of the finest individual players in the division going head-to-head. Tegan Tatlock, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
Here we go.
For Corio Bay, I'll continue. Carly Villerman had 16 points and 20 rebounds. They were two players that got it done.
Yes.
The remainder of the team, 12 points, 4
Wow.
of 29 from the field.
Come on, girls. Got to step up and
Just
help
needed
out.
someone to run with them. But
Here we go. Drum roll. Here's the big one. We've been saving this since the game on Saturday night. He's been up and about. Here we go.
From the Sunbury Jets.
Oh, from the Sunbury Jets. Who played well for Sunbury,
Well, in
Steve-O?
the 44-point win, Chloe Ango.
Oh, who?
Chloe Ango.
Oh, right. Angus.
Had a lazy 26 points, 16
Lazy.
rebounds, 5 assists, couple of steals, 10 of 14 from the field.
here we
Super
go.
efficient.
Yeah, here we
Perfect.
go.
4 of 4
Yeah.
from the field. A team high plus 43.
Is there any other stat for Angus that you didn't pick out there? Is there just something you want to just load up on? Here we go.
I didn't pick out any minutes, but I do believe the rest of the team played well.
Anyone else? Anyone else step out on the court? Just Angus in that win?
Yeah, at multiple times.
Right, okay. Geelong got Craigieburn by 15. The Colonel, Carly Sanders, 23 and 9, had a good one. Shona Brooks had 18 and 10 for Craigieburn. McKinnon and Camberwell.
How's this one?
I told you going in how much McKinnon loved close games. How many games have they had in either OT, 1 point, either way?
I think it was 4 or 5 out of their last
It's
7.
incredible.
It happened again. They just have a knack of doing it.
The
Tamara Booth had 13 points and 19 rebounds.
I think the Booth had 6 blocks as well.
The Cougars did not score for the final 4 minutes and 58 seconds of the game.
Held on.
And in that span, it was just 3-0. Camberwell had 3 points.
Really?
It was 3-0.
The last 5 minutes of the game. Down the stretch, good to see. Keilor got Eltham in a big way. And Keilor 7 and 1 at the moment.
Going well.
In this competition. Katie Byrne had 23. Camberwell bounced back on Sunday with a big win. So
Yeah, Kaylin Wallace, 18 points. Good in that one.
Youth League 1 men, there's the results up on screen. It was a very busy weekend. And we'll start it off at the top. Cryo and Casey was always going to be a good game.
Yeah, they got a couple of wins on the weekend, did the Stingrays. Tristan Rosenfeld had 18 points, 7 rebounds. Aaron Rees having a great year for the Stingers, 16 and 16 again in that one. Jordan Guka was good for Casey with 17 and 11.
Stingers are 6 and 4. Casey are 4 and 4 at the moment. Werribee and Camberwell. Camberwell winning down at Werribee was a nice win. Camberwell now 4 and 6 with that loss. Werribee 6 and 3. Tommy Moncrief fantastic with 19 points for the Dragons. Dan Herbert had 21 and 10 for Werribee. That was an upset. Sunbury getting Hume by 13. Brodie Townsend with 17 points. Geelong, big scorers, big winners.
Yeah, and it was their big 3 again. Josiah King had 19 points, as did Max Koss. Wayne Neath had 16 points and 14 rebounds. So if those 3 all get let off the chain, these are the results you're going to see.
They go for 116 in that game. Warrandyte over Coburg by 7. Always a good matchup between these two teams over the years. Jared Molnar with 21. Rory Killen had 19 and 16 for Coburg. Venom always tough to beat on their home deck. Sunbury backing it up on Sunday at Coburg. Coburg drop a couple.
Well, it was interesting to see Sunbury's weekend actually, because they were playing 2 sides towards the bottom end of the table, I believe. They only won by 13 points and 8 points. I think this was just a weekend they could understand that they could just cruise along, make sure there's no injuries, get the 2 wins, make sure of it and move on.
Beat the 2 bottom teams, by the way.
Correct.
Sunbury are 10 and zip at the moment. Waverley 30 points winners over Hume. Bailey Kirkman 31 for Hume. Had a day out. I think he dropped 7 threes as well. Nathan Malloy 26 for Waverley. Waverley big winners by 30. Corio by 10 at Bendigo. Cohen Blythe 18. Aaron Ruiz had 10 and 22 for Corio, both of them standing up. And then Camberwell, after that great win, went back home and lost to Geelong. A really good weekend for Geelong. Wang Knight again 17 and 12 coming off the pine. Luke Bet 16 for Camberwell.
Watch out for Geelong in the next coming weeks, I believe.
Looking good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Let's go to Volton.
I
think I did that last week as well. Moulton VYC women. It was a very, very busy weekend. There's all the scores up on the board. And once again, it's topsy-turvy stuff, Steve.
Yeah, it certainly is. The first game I would like to highlight, I know, disregard the result for now. Two teams between Melbourne and Ballarat wore purple ribbons.
Yes.
To promote awareness of meningococcal in honour of Emma Kate McGrath. So hats off to those two teams out at Oakley.
Love what our teams do out there in the community. Zoe Kransberg, part of that big win, had 15 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. I reckon she had 10 steals as well. I'm pretty sure she got a triple-double on steals. Melbourne big winners. Hawthorn over Waverley by 10. Now, Ballanivan Brown had 18 and 13 for Hawthorn, but Grace Beasley, she had a massive weekend for the Falcons. Started it off Saturday night with 23 points, 21 rebounds, 5 assists and 6 steals. No doubt the time that she's spending running around in the senior team is definitely helping her when she comes back and plays at youth league level. That's a massive game.
Absolutely. And it didn't stop there either for her for the round 7.
Bulleen over Hume.
Yeah, good win actually. Alicia Casey led the way there. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. I think they grabbed their second win for the season, so good win for the Boomers.
Warrandyte and Nunawading. Now, Warrandyte competitive Saturday night went down by 6 to Nunawading. Tessa Boyd with 10 for Nunawading. Siobhan McAdoo did what she could, had 11 points. Nunna by 6. Hold the thoughts on Warrandyte. Kilsyth and Bendigo was a big game.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, Bendigo probably just fell into a slight rut in rounds 4, 5 and 6. Have bounced back well with a 4-point win on the road. Hayley Harrington, 17 points, 19 rebounds and 4 dimes in that one.
Bendigo and Hume, the old stats machines smoking?
Well, we did have some statistics, but they were a little bit skew whiff, so we decided to go against that.
Well, when one team was down for 20 points, we knew something was going on. So
not right.
I think the old mice running in the back of the hamster wheel just slowed down. Something went on there, so we're not 100% sure, but well done to those two teams. Dandenong and Kilsyth. Kilsyth bounced back with a tight win on Sunday, and again, we're still wondering where Dandenong's at, because at the moment, they've got a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, well, that's right. I think Sunday, I was prepared to sit on the couch, flick on the TV and watch the telly. But certainly, Dandenong, I think in this game they had chances to win. Came back a little bit,
missed out.
Tried to respond and just couldn't get it done in the club. Is
it a rebuilding season down there? Can we officially say that now?
Yeah, potentially. Got some young kids around.
Ringwood got Warrandyte in a massive way on Sunday by 46. Michaela Miller 15 for Ringwood. And Warrandyte may have been, they may have been up and about a little bit. 6 to Nunawading on Saturday. Competitive, low-scoring game, tight on defence. Geez, the floodgates opened up on Sunday.
That's what they've been doing lately, though. I know they haven't been winning many games, but certainly their offence hasn't been clicking.
Yep.
But when they're in games, it's their defensive efforts that really, go up a notch. In this one, just backing up on the Sunday, just didn't have enough.
Couple of massive games for the weekend ended in close results. Waverley by 3 over Diamond Valley. Nunawading by 3 over Knox. Grace Beasley 27 for Waverley. Again, very good. Nearduth Lock had 22 as well.
Had the game winner with about
6 seconds to
left.
go. Yeah, very, very good. So well done. That's something to remember. Meg Kruppe with 22 for DV. And Daisy Bateman had 16 for Nunawading. Eliana Bravington 25 for Knox. 2 close games. All those teams expected to be, right in the mix somewhere.
Yeah,
season's
absolutely. Nunawading split their weekend.
Yes.
Diamond Valley certainly wouldn't have been expecting to lose that one over Waverley. I mentioned in Youth League 2 Women that Tess Young may have felt the pinch after being named Player of the Month. I think we've got another one here in Moulton, Victorian Youth Champ Women. Heavenly Valenti just had the 2 points on 1 of 7 in Melbourne's loss to Sandringham. They went down by 10. Meg Regauskas had 19 points for the Sabres.
And finally, Altona beat Hawthorn by 16. Dana Lindemann, the winemaker herself. Altona continuing to cruise, 18 points in that game. Let's go to VYC men with thanks to Moulton. All the scores up on the screen for a Monday night, a busy round 7. And we'll start it off with what we thought and tipped to be a big, big game, and Bulleen got it over Eltham. It was a beauty. Jack Fleming with 20 points for Bulleen. They had a really good spread in this game. Some great signs for the Boomers. Christian Yamuni had 14 for Eltham. It was a good win.
Scrappy, really scrappy game, that one. Obviously, Jack Fleming was great offensively, had 20 points. You mentioned the spread. Both sides, really. I think the other one to mention is that Tommy Clifford looked a little bit frustrated out there. Just didn't have himself firing on all cylinders, and it was, as I mentioned, really scrappy, that one.
You're tipping seeing these two teams at the business end, in the thick of it?
Yeah, I'd say yes right now, but as always in these type of competitions, anything can happen.
Melbourne got McKinnon by 6. Dan Kinkella 16 and 13 for Melbourne. Jordan Gear had a good weekend for the Cougars. He had 22 and 9 in this one. Wasn't a good weekend for the Cougars. We're going to touch on that more in a moment. Hawthorn and Sandringham. Sandringham get it on the road. Nice win. Cam Taylor 25 for the Sabres. Cal McDonald had 19 for Hawthorn. That's a tidy little win.
It was an impressive weekend for Sandringham. They needed at least one win. They got 2, as we'll find out later on, against a really good outfit in Melbourne as well.
Sherbrooke got Blackburn on the road. Malik Barr had 22 and 9. Bull Neop 21 for Blackburn. I think the Suns would be happy with that win.
Yeah, absolutely. Blackburn, we thought, were just starting to find their feet, and then they cop a result like that, so we're a little bit unsure on the Vikings.
Kilsyth got DV by 30. More on Kilsyth in a moment, because it was a very indifferent weekend for the Cobras, but they were up and about Saturday night. Mitch Dillmans with 27. And then you would have thought, geez, they're going to roll into Sunday and just cruise past their opponent, but it didn't happen.
Well, they're a handy outfit, Danny Knoll.
Yep.
We know that through the first 6 or 7 rounds.
I shouldn't say cruise past. You would think that it was going to be a tight game nonetheless. We wouldn't have expected the result
Absolutely.
that we saw on Sunday.
And I tell you what, Kilsyth just didn't turn up.
Yep.
Weren't prepared whatsoever. They were still reeling from still celebrating from their Saturday night game.
Well, let's put it into perspective. They lost by 30 on Sunday after winning by 30.
And it was over fairly
Saturday.
quickly then too.
Yep. Poch had 20 and 10 for Dandenong in that game. Hawthorn got Knox by 23. Big win for Hawthorn. Naum Lazarus had 23 points, and what a weekend for the Magic.
Yeah, they're flying under the radar right now, aren't they?
Yeah, agree. Diamond Valley Ringwood big winners?
Yeah, probably something to expect. I'm not sure. I think you mentioned rebuilding somewhere else. I think Diamond Valley might just be in one of those years.
Yep. Keilor and Altona. Keilor by 22. BJ Simons 21 and 8. He's just warming up, BJ.
I think he's
just getting into the season at the moment.
I don't know the stats here, but I think he did it on about 6 or 8 shots, 21 points.
Just look out. Once he fires up, once he really gets into touch, he's going to have some very big games, BJ Simons. He can go.
Absolutely.
Nunawading and McKinnon. Nunawading got up by 21. Tommy Graham 26. He's been in pretty good form for the Spectres. Jordan Gear 15 for McKinnon. McKinnon dropped both on the weekend.
Yeah, unlucky because I think they were doing fairly well. I think there's just some results that just don't go their way. A little bit inconsistent right now.
I think I've said before, when they shoot well, they're on. When the shots aren't dropping, it does drop away. So they've got to land those shots. And Sandy finished it off with a 6-point win over Melbourne. Alex Andrews, 2 first names, bar the S. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
22 points for Sandringham. A good weekend for the Sabres.
Absolutely.
There you go. Monday night, done and dusted. Back tomorrow night talking seniors. Wednesday and Thursday, Steve. What have we got in store for the good folk of Big V?
Well, we're 7 rounds down now.
Yes.
I think everyone's probably talking a little bit about getting towards the end of the season.
Not the F word.
Individual awards.
Oh, individuals.
Not finals yet. Maybe some MVP candidates as we go through the first 7 rounds.
Based on the first 7 rounds?
Yeah.
Who the top, what are we talking, top 3 or 4 in each?
Maybe we'll have an opinion between the 3 of us. Obviously Craig Freeman will join us.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have our own opinion and agree to disagree.
And I reckon Thursday we might be heading out to see great friends of ours on Big V TV. We love them out there at Broady.
Yes.
We're going out to the stable.
40th year anniversary as an association, the Broadmeadows Basketball Association, so we'll sit down and have a chat to a couple of key people at Hume City.
Geez, they've had some plays there over the years and
Certainly.
some mighty success, especially with their women's teams. Unbelievable. So looking forward to that on Thursday. Hey, have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow night talking seniors, wrapping up round 7 on Big V TV, 5:30 PM. We'll see you then.